Another feature that we're really excited to have back in FTC-U is the Define Scale tool. You can see that this is the same image that we used in our Define Horizon video, and we have straightened it out with the Define Horizon tool. Now what we're going to do is use the Define Scale tool to resize this design. And this is an extremely handy feature of the software, and it's a very simple tool to use. You will notice that I have this backdrop selected, and if I come up to my properties box, you will notice that it says that the width is 5.37 and the height is 5.35. So when you see this, many times you just automatically assume, okay, well, this block is 5.37 by 5.35. But what we forget about is this little white area on the other side of this design. And I'm going to go ahead and bring up a backdrop color, so hopefully this will show up a little bit more. Now you can see that white area a little bit better. So if I come over to my ruler and I measure from one side of the block to the other, you will notice that it's really 4.69 inches wide, or 4.7, and not what you saw up here of 5.37. So if we know that we want this block to be a specific width, all we have to do is use the Define Scale option. And to do that, make sure the backdrop is selected. If for some reason you don't have the little black box around it, simply come over and click on the backdrop tool and it will bring that back. And then I'm going to right mouse click and select Define Scale. So there's a couple different ways that you can use this. So I'm going to show you both ways. So let's say that I want to make sure that the width of this block is 6 inches wide. So I'm going to left mouse click on the edge, on the left edge, and I'm going to drag my mouse over to the right edge where the gray ends, and I'm going to release the mouse click. And the moment I release my mouse click, you will see that it tells me that the initial length is 4.68. But I want this to be 6 inches, so I'm going to select 6 in this box and click OK. You will notice that what it does is it resizes the image. Now don't be fooled by the properties box again, because it says it's 6.88 inches wide, but that's only because the image includes this white area. But if I come over here to my ruler and I left mouse click on one side, drag it over to the other side, you can see it's exactly 6 inches wide. So that's a really easy way of resizing a backdrop image to get it exactly the size you want it to be. Now the other way that I was going to show you was that, let's say that there's one specific area in the design that you want to make sure, or in the image that you want to make sure is a specific size. So in looking at this, let's say that I know that I want this block right here to be 1.5 inches wide. What I need to do is use the Define Scale tool again. You can see that I don't have my backdrop selected, so I'm going to click on the backdrop tool so I get the control bars around it. I'm going to right mouse click and click on Define Scale. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to left mouse click at the left edge of this piece, and I'm going to release it when it gets to that purple, because I know that this is the area that I want to be exactly 2 inches. So you can see I'm pretty close. Let me go to 2, or let's say for this instance, because it was already at 2, let's make it 1.5 inches. So it's 1.5 inches instead of 2 inches per block. So I'm going to hit OK, and you'll see that it resized the design. I'm going to come back over to my mouse. I'm going to left click and drag, and you will see that I'm right at the 1.5 inches wide. So it's a very handy tool. We're excited to have it in FTC-U.